So let's see. What did I
No.
miss? Yeah,
Uh, I don't know. A fair amount. I'll tell you about it later, but we'll
it's
talk
all
about the
good.
Philippines. Yeah. Um, cool. So basically, this is a heads up to anyone who's watching it later, because I imagine some people will. Um, in terms of what everyone needs, basically, if you want to come, it's up to you. You don't have to, because I know people are busy and people have money issues and stuff. So whatever. If you can make it, that'd be awesome. If you can't, or I'll do these things again later, kind of thing. So this is just a message to everyone. The arrival date, the arrival date for everyone to go to the Philippines is the 12th of June, and um, everyone will arrive in Bacolod Airport. There's an international airport being built now, but I don't know if it's going to be built or if it's been built. But likely, what people will have to do, especially, well, this is mainly to the guys from America, is that likely you will have to take a flight from wherever you are to Manila, or yeah, that's the most likely one, and then from Manila to Bacolod Airport. Um, if you guys want to read everything, there's a pin. It's pinned at the very top of the group. So the very top comment in the group is got everything you need to know. Um, basically, I'm saying basically a lot. As an idea for prices, um, the flight to Philippines and back will cost roughly $1,200 return. So that's basically everything. It's the flight there and the flight back. That's all you need to pay for. We will pay for the food, the accommodation. You're kind of like going to really cool places in the area, going to a vacation spot. We'll do all that and pay for all you guys when you're there. But basically, all you need to do is pay for the plane ticket and the return and travel insurance, because we're doing it on good faith. So if you get injured, yeah, it's a good faith thing. So and travel insurance possibly. Um, in terms of what people need, um, if you're coming on the trip, you need two really important things, which is basically you need to see a doctor and ask him if you need anything for the Philippines, because you might possibly need an injection. I don't know. But if you are coming, you need to think about seeing a doctor about and just telling them that you're going to the Philippines and ask them if you need anything for it. And the second thing is you'll need to take malaria tablets, and it's a course that is 2 weeks before you leave, I think, or 1 week before you leave. And during your stay there, and either 1 or 2 weeks after you come back. So you'll need to be taking malaria tablets before you go, during your stay, and when you come back for a small amount of time. And that is basically it. So to give you an idea of how long we're going to be there, I'm going to be there on site with my family to pick you up at Bacolod Airport from the 12th of June to the 3rd of July. Now that's 21 days. You can come anytime between the 12th of June to the 3rd of July. You can come in. You can come for as long as you want, and at any point, and we'll pick you up when you arrive at Bacolod Airport. If you want to stay longer, we are staying until the 16th of July. So the base one is from the 12th of June to the 3rd of July. Come anytime and stay however long you want. We'll pay for everything there. If you want to stay longer, instead of leaving on the 3rd of July, you can stay until the 16th of July, and we'll pay for you there as well if you want to stay longer. But apart from that, you need to sort out seeing a doctor and possibly getting an injection and buying malaria tablets for your before, during, and after. And that's basically it. Oh, and sun cream, obviously. And yeah, and we'll do the rest. We'll pick you up. We'll pay for your food. All the documents that you need to know are, you can download them on the site. Not on site, you can download them on the group. All the documentation's on the group if you want to read what we're doing. I've posted PDFs in the document, so you just download them. And I think that's it, pretty much. What we'll be doing during our time there is we'll be basically coming up with ideas and ways to kind of like connect it more. We'll be visiting schools. We'll be going to possibly the government, likely the local government, telling them the project. Going to community places, talking to people. We'll also be going around the site, and possibly you guys might have ideas of things we can add and things we can do, or maybe people that you know. And we'll also be helping a little bit with the construction, and we're basically putting 3,000 meters of perimeter fencing around the area. And yeah, that's it. My family's going to be there looking after you guys. We've got a place to stay, we've got Wi-Fi, we've got food, water, shower, beds. We've got everything sorted. Yeah.
Excuse me, Barry. I just want to ask a question, because I know a lot of people will be asking questions, because obviously we're only like 3 people here, and I'm actually waiting for other people to hear this. When you go to the Philippines, right, are you still going to have some kind of connection online so that people might have, like have connection, like what's happening, right? Because you mentioned that you'll be staying in the Philippines for 1 year, isn't it?
Oh no. That's all changed. That's all changed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're going to the Philippines, I would suggest that once in a while have some, like conference call, so that people can join in, and also people who didn't come, unable to come, like myself, will be able to contribute. It comes with ideas and what's happening, and I think it will be good. And another thing I would like to add, because this time I won't be coming because I have a finance issue. However, I'll be going to the Philippines anyhow. So if anyone would like to come, I will also make a post in the group, letting you guys know when I'll be coming there. Just to see what's happening, because I think it's important.
Because on top of that as well, because we're going to be there for a month, and then I'll be going back. But after then, I have family in the Philippines, so if any of you do decide to go to the Philippines or have connections or know people in the Philippines, there's always my family. Like my uncle is one of the people who's heading the projects. My mum is another person who's heading alongside me with the projects. There's basically going to always be someone accessible to the site. So if any of you are interested later, or or basically want to go to the site, or basically talk, I'm saying basically a lot, or talk to the family, there's always going to be someone there on site or close by, and we have connections to that. And just send me a message, and we'll sort something out. It's really easy. I think there's more. It'll come to me. It'll come to me as time progresses, I guess. But yeah. The best. I just need to double check the thing again. The best thing for people to book would be with Philippine Airlines, and that is purely because if you need to change anything, it's a lot easier than if it was another group. So let's say if you needed to change, and if you needed to go back early, it's a lot easier for them to change things around because they're in the Philippines and it's Philippine Airlines, rather than if you were with a different airlines. So if you're with Philippine Airlines and you wanted to leave earlier, yeah, John.
Oh, I just wanted to say to an associate, as we are talking about Philippine Airlines and PAL, most flights from the U.S. are direct too, so that's also something to look into.
Oh, they're direct?
There's some from the West Coast, at least, to Manila. There's some direct flights.
Oh, brilliant.
So something for everyone else to look forward to if they're coming from the U.S., that there are a couple of direct flights out there too. So Philippine Airlines has made it quite accessible for everyone.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird as well. It's weird because there's an international airport being built, but I don't know if it's been built. And if it was built, everyone would have a direct flight to the island without having to do 2 flights.
Right.
But in general, I think it's likely going to be 2 flights, but it's
Hmm.
1,200 return, and then obviously, and then we'll pay for your holiday and your time there. Yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. Do you guys have any questions, or do you have
Yeah, I do
anything?
have a lot of questions. One
Okay.
of the question you said you'll be coming back after 1 month to UK. Yes.
Yes, we'll be
Okay.
going back. Just as a refresh, we'll be going back on the 16th of July.
Are you planning to go back again to the Philippines? And I would like to
Y-
know when.
yes, but likely a year from now, or possibly 2 years from now.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah. But I have family there, so if you want to connect with them and speak to them about it
Yeah,
and then show you around, there's always that.
because my side, I probably will be going there. Well, I think this year at the end of the year or
Mhm,
something, somewhere late, or probably next year, like
mhm,
early next year, because of the as long that I have the money, enough money to go back. I mean, to
mm,
go back and forth. It just at this moment I just don't have. So if I decided to come to like like Negros,
mm,
I just have to contact your family regarding to this, so I
mhm.
know what's happening to the site, right?
Yep, and then we'll
Okay.
sort something out because because it's family land, so there's likely someone. There's always someone around. It's
Yeah.
really easy.
Yeah.
The best thing to do would just be to tell me, and then from there I will help get something sorted. Yeah.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Just
Mhm.
double be cool, because I would really like to get involved with this project. It's one of the
Mm.
things that I really have in mind. I think it would be great, something once in a lifetime project.
Yeah.
If it's there, I will be so proud of myself in this. So
It's
yeah,
it's it's really exciting because every time I tell anyone about it, they get so excited,
yeah.
and yeah.
I actually talked to a friend of mine about this, like, convinced about this project. I was like, really? That's great. I
Mm.
mean, send me the link. So I have been sending them like to other people regarding this. I've spoken to other people regarding to this matter.
Mm.
I keep telling them like I'm involved with this community and it's gonna be a great
Yeah.
project. So,
It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be as an idea. It's gonna because no project can be done in a year, but
Mhm.
it's gonna be likely a 4 year project, possibly 5 years, to get it at a kind of like level where we're happy with it, and then from there everything should just escalate and escalate. Um, so yeah, it's going to be about 4 years on and off. So doing it again. It's my catchphrase. If if you can't make it this time, and because I know a lot of people can't, um, we're going to be going back to the site regularly, possibly every year, maybe every other year for the next 4 to 5 years.
Mhm.
So this will happen. This will likely be happening again, and it's a situation where I'll be going with family, and if any of you could help, um, you'll be it'll be great. It'll be great to connect with like-minded people, and possibly it's just basically further connections and bringing it together and making it more real, just with help, really. And we'll just pay for your stay, and you pay for the ticket, and it's kind of like meet halfway type of thing. But yeah. So if you can't make it, like I said, it's going to be an on and off thing for the next 4 to 5 years. So there'll be other times.
hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
That'd be so
Another
awesome.
another
Oh,
thing,
yes.
just another ad,
What?
because you said something about the malaria tablet and stuff, with malaria.
Yeah.
Actually, I lived in the Philippines and some of my family actually suffered from dengue, like
Okay.
and actually there is this like natural remedy also. If anything happens to you, like you have the malaria or dengue, basically you can actually make a herbal for it. And
Mhm.
I actually look it up. I can actually send you the link in the group
That'd
regarding
be
to this
brilliant.
matter.
That'd be brilliant.
And because this is what people use there, and it was actually proven to be actually is working. They said
Okay.
so. So it's also as a remedy thing. It's a very natural remedy. In Philippines, there's a lot of natural remedy things. So yeah, I could also link you up with this remedy thing, and actually is type of plant that you can take. And I don't know where exactly, but I think you can get them and stuff. So,
that's fun. Yeah, that's awesome. I was just going to say I find it typical how we've got this is a project in Asia, and we've got all the Asians. I think it's all the Asians in the group are here, so it's really typical. I mean, because we're like, I don't know, I guess we just connect with it in that way. So it's like obviously we're going to be here. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's quite funny. I think I don't want to say that as a stereotype. I'm just going to quickly have a look to see if like there are other people in the group, but I'm pretty sure that's the situation. It's quite funny.
Or we can have honorary Asians. That's what it is. If
Yeah.
everyone honorary.
That's absolutely brilliant. They're like second in command Asians. Or Asians in training. That's funny. Yeah, we are. That's typical. We are. That's all of us. Okay.
Okay.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, John, did you have any questions?
First off, that's awesome. I was just making an observation that to those who are able to make it this time around to assist in the pre-planning on the pre-production, it'd be so awesome, like especially to return to that 4 or 5 years later, and then like all of a sudden you have this utopia, this whole dream just like become a reality. Just an observation, but I guess that's just the way to get more people to like, come on everyone, join in. It's so awesome.
Because it's oh yeah, do you know what I mean? Oh. Because yeah, I understand what you mean. You'll be seeing it develop as time progresses. We'll also be taking pictures and doing videos. If you guys have cameras or video recorders, that would be much appreciated if you could bring them. Because we'll be doing videos and taking pictures, which we can use for promotion and just spreading the word when we come back and showing that there's evidence and people are doing stuff there to make stuff happen. And if any of you are watching this later, if you have any connections in terms of maybe people you know or ways that we could get more people to find out about it, just send me a message or just leave a message in the group. That'd be awesome. But yeah, that'd be awesome as well. Because just because you can't make it to the project doesn't mean you can't help. You can help from afar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. You can't help. Anything is good, even if it's like, oh, I know an artist who lives in Philippines, maybe he might be interested. Something as small as that anything is good, basically anything. And if you could just throw in something, even if you think it's a bit weird, I don't know, like anything's good, basically.
Just like it's important to have connection with people, even you don't know them. At least try to bring them in and trying to win their heart or encourage them regarding to this project. There could be many like engineering or people architecture who might find this interesting and might be helpful for us. So I would suggest start looking for them, trying to win their heart because it's important. You never know.
Yeah, because in many cases it's not what you know, it's who you know. So the more connections, the better. Basically, I'm saying basically again, but the more connections, the better. So yeah.
So yeah, we have to win people's heart. We have to, encourage them, and therefore they will be inciting and see this as really worth it, and it's really good project that could help a lot of people. So, even though we're far and we're not able to come because of a lot of reason, but we could help in this project by finding connection forever. There's internet. We can make use of it.
Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? And we're bringing people together from all across the world. I mean, there's people all over the world. We have about 5 people kind of in between being confirmed and not being confirmed, but it's likely about 5 people, which is anything's good, so I'm really grateful for the ones who can make it. If you can't, again, it doesn't matter. There'll always be another time. But yeah, so we got about 5 as an idea, possibly less. or possibly more, but around 5. I'm just trying to think what else. In terms of contact, I think likely because it'll be a long flight, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll likely be a long flight. They'll have things like Facebook messaging systems and stuff like that. The way to contact us would be likely through Facebook, or if not, I'll give my email address, or just ask for my email address, and we can talk that way. But you'll be able to contact us before you land on the plane, most likely, and that gives us an indication of when to pick you up. So we're there for you when you arrive, because it's only about an hour or so away, I think, or maybe 45 minutes from the airport. So obviously you need to tell us in advance. I know you will, but you need to tell us in advance so that we'll come and pick you up, basically. Yeah, likely Facebook or email.
I have an advice regarding to this contact, because I know there will be a lot of connection problem when you landed to foreign country. So for people who haven't lived or haven't actually visited Philippines, the first thing you do is that when you landed in airport, there is a places where you can buy SIM card, and then actually you can ask for SIM card with internet. For at least 100 or 200 peso, you can get internet access directly. You just set it up yourself, or ask the staff to set it up for you, and eventually you'll be connected. You will have at least megabyte or 1 GB of data connection that you can keep in contact with people, even I don't know who you want to contact with. So it's really important, because communication in this going in foreign country is very important. Maybe it is.
Yeah, I think that's very
just take my advice. First priority is that get a SIM card, or get everything ready in terms of money, exchange, get it all ready.
Oh, there's one extra thing. There's 2 extra things which you guys could bring as you don't have to, because we'll have these things here. But in terms of if you want something personally, which would be very useful for you, like for anyone who's coming over, there's 2 things. So I wish I had them like right next to me. They're in my room. The first thing is a very small first aid kit, which to take with you. That's just for you personally. We'll have first aid stuff, but for you personally, if you wanted anything which as a recommendation of things to bring, sun cream obviously, tablets, a small first aid kit, like a tiny one, they're really good.
Medicines.
Yeah, which has everything like that in it, and a power bank. So a power bank, I'll show you what that is. It's basically a portable solar charger, which is really strong. You can get them on Amazon. Get the one with the largest number, because that means it holds more charge. I think it's like 12,000 amps or 12,000 volts or something like that. It's 12,000 something as an idea of the amount of power you need with the power bank. I'll just get it quickly. I don't know prices off the top of my head, but it's not too expensive, because a lot of them are on discount and they're being sold everywhere, so they're fairly decent price. I'm just going to quickly go get it. I wish I had it next to me. It's just over there. Just trying to put this here so it doesn't fall. There we go. So just as an idea of what it looks like to people who don't know, it looks like that. It looks like that basically, and it's really powerful. You can charge it. It's got USB, so it'll just basically connect to anything USB related, and you can also plug it into the wall as well. So it's about 12,000 amps or 12,000 volts. I don't really know. That's what it looks like. A good one is Levin, Levin. They're really good. I really recommend these ones, but you can get any one basically. But those are like really decent ones, and they're called solar power banks. If you want to know exactly what they're called, and they're just basically portable chargers, which are really strong. And especially the Philippines is always sunny. It'll be very useful. Very useful. Oh, and one last thing. This is just a last extra on top of the power bank. Putting this back again. On top of the power bank and on top of the first aid kit. If you do want anything extra, I recommend these, which is a water bladder, which will be very useful on site because it's a big site. To walk from one side to the other, because it's mountainous, possibly will take about 50 minutes, maybe an hour. So something like this, which is like 2 liters, in your backpack is very useful in comparison to having a bottle. Whereas with this, you can literally just go straight and not have to keep taking a bottle out every so often. And yeah, in terms of climate, it's going to be, I don't know it in Fahrenheit, but it will be, I think, about the same temperature as it is in California. But because it's subtropical, it's going to be a bit drier because it's subtropical. But it's around the same temperature, I think. Is it?
Definitely more humid, obviously.
Okay.
And
you go first.
go for it. I think you don't. Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
you go. You go for it because I've been talking.
This is such a type thing. It always happens.
No, I give you the honor to speak, John.
Oh, well, thank you. If I remember correctly, are we all prepared also, especially it being the upcoming months of the rainy season in the Philippines in particular?
Yes, we are. We have a building which is owned by one of our families, so yeah, we'll be fine in terms of that. I imagine it won't be because it's not predictable. I know, but for the time we're there, I imagine it's going to be fine. And if it isn't, then that's all right. We can just stay indoors and possibly do video conferences like this one, or there'll always be something to do somewhere, or just relax. Yeah. So how it'll work, just as an idea, you guys can stay for as short as for as long as you want. I've said the dates a bit earlier. There's a pin at the very top of the group. And it would likely be that we'll be doing stuff every day. I don't mean that to be busy every day, but we'll likely be doing something every day. Either going in town and talking to people, going here, going there. Going on site will likely be one, to do surveying and getting ideas and helping on site, possibly with the builders. Putting up things, not dangerous things, but easy things. Or just coming up with ideas. And once a week, possibly twice a week, we'll be taking you guys to places because obviously you guys want a holiday as well. So we'll be taking you to like local places. There's a local spa, like a hot spring. There's local beaches. There's local walks that we could do. There's lots of lovely places to go to. We could even go to the city and just walk around there and have a nice feel for it. This is a lovely place. And then, so we'll be doing that every week, but likely, I think maybe 4 out of the 5 days a week, possibly up to 6, we'll be doing stuff. But we will break it up so it's not all the time. We'll break it up so there's fun stuff to do. And then, if you come later, or if you're staying for the whole thing, basically, if you're staying within the date of ending the first half, which is the average time, if you're staying around the 1st to the 3rd of July, we'll be basically giving you a treat and taking you to Boracay Island, which is the island which is at the very top of, which is the cover photo of the group, basically. Lovely place. It's I don't know the spelling of it. I think it's Borcay. I think I'm dyslexic. I'm dyslexic, so I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I have no idea. But it's called Boracay Island. Boracay. And this is just me personally. For me, it was like I've never ever been to a place like this. Heaven on earth to me. Absolutely gorgeous. White beaches. You know, you could see all the way down to the coral. Crystal clear waters, and not a lot of tourists because everyone goes to Thailand. So not really a lot of tourists. So we'll be taking you there around the 1st of July. If you're staying within that time period, then we'll treat you to that, and we'll pay for that and everything. Which will be a ferry trip and then a small boat trip, and we'll be staying there for a day, likely up to 2 to 3 days, which is at the very end stage of the volunteering period. So that's 1st to the 3rd of July, possibly the 4th. At the very end part of the volunteering stage, which is like a treat. And then after then, I just need to read up the thing quickly. So the volunteer period is up to the 3rd of July, meaning on the 3rd of July everyone should be thinking of going back then. But if you want to stay, we're going to be there up till the 16th of July, so you can stay longer, kind of thing. There's no rush, basically, but in terms of kind of like the official period is 12th of June to 3rd of July, any time within then. That's the official, and then you can stay longer up till the 16th if you want. And then we're taking you to Boracay around the 1st to the 4th. Yeah, basically early July we'll be taking people, if you really wanted to go on that part of the trip, kind of thing. I think that is everything. I can keep going. I can keep coming up with stuff. If you guys want to talk about anything, if you guys have any ideas at the moment, do you know what I mean? It's anything, I guess. You don't have to, obviously. It's whatever. Yeah.
I just want to make. Oh, Miss Russell, go ahead.
No, I'm just raising my arm. I was actually raising and thinking. Wait. Just,
basically, travel safe, everyone, of course. Be prepared. Definitely look ahead of time, not the day before, the night before, but definitely a good substantial amount of time to look at your airline provider, look at the rules, regulations, what you can bring on, what you can't bring on. Don't bring like a 25,000-pound necklace or something like absurd. You know, be safe. I'm not sure if Philippine Airlines, I remember the last time I took Philippine Airlines, they weighed each carry-on too, not just the check-in, but your carry-on. So I think, I don't know what the actual limit is, but there was a certain restriction they actually put on the scale before you went into the jetway onto the plane.
10 kilo, I remember. I think it's 10 kilo.
1 kilo, okay.
Yeah, 10 kilo, right? And also, it has to be less than 10 kilo. So
Less
9
than 10.
kilo, yeah, less than 10, because otherwise people are like, oh no, it's more than 10. You have to be kind of smart, because there's a lot of people that will con you and they'll do some tricky stuff just to get their money out of you, especially if you're not Filipino. So you kind of have to be very, very smart with them. And I would suggest that don't bring a lot of things, like what John mentioned. Don't bring heavy things. Don't bring heavy clothes, because it's going to be summer. It's going to be humid. And also try to prepare to bring raincoat with you and bug spray, because there will be a lot of bugs everywhere. Like, that's why there will be dangerous for you. And yeah, sunscreen, and bring a hat with you. Get sunglasses with you. Just be prepared. You know.
Be prepared.
And also, regarding to the airlines, I'm sure there will be a direct airline. And also, if you're going to Manila, there's also another alternative airline that may go to the Visayan part. There is a Cebu Pacific, I believe. There is, right. Yeah, and there's Airfield, I believe. Because for me, I always take Airfield because it's the cheapest I can find. Right. I think that's most of the two trusted you can take. But yeah, if you like to take Philippine Airlines, then of course that's your choice. So yeah.
Just as a reminder, a lot of people are coming from the California area. it seems to be. I think the majority, if not all, the people, or not all, the majority of the people who are coming, who are likely going to be coming, are coming from the California area. So obviously, I'll leave that up to you guys to kind of like talk about it and possibly all take the same flight, which would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, because you guys could kind of like talk about INFJ stuff before you even leave and get a feel for each other, and then take the flight. Yeah, it'll be like a adventure basically if you all went together, kind of thing. But it'll be an adventure anyway. But it'll be kind of like, yeah, it'll be cool. Join. But yeah, I'll leave that up to you because obviously, yeah, I can't.
If you guys stick together, you will feel safe together.
Mm.
That's the main thing, especially for people.
I also think it's cheaper that if you do it all. I don't know if you can do it all together. Like you can book 5 flights at once. I don't know if that works or if that's a thing. Because that possibly might be an option to be cheaper because you're doing it in like 4 in one go or 3 in one go. I don't know if they discount or do things like that. That's an idea if it's a possible thing. I don't know.
I think it's possible. Yeah, I think it's possible. Especially, obviously, there's a lot of pricing online. Right, but people have suggested, do it through a travel agency would be another thing to look into as well. They could probably maybe give you a cheaper, especially they know like, oh, you're with a group of 5, maybe. Oh
yeah, it's a really good idea. Yeah,
right.
They might do as well.
Just Google it more. Just look for the information early as possible. Don't wait for the last minute. Get all the information as early as possible. Because if you do it late, then obviously there's nothing, right?
Yeah. And then, let's say, for example, you guys hadn't sorted out anything by about the 15th of May. If nothing has been sorted out by the 15th of May, this is like worst case scenario type of thing. Let's say you're waiting for people and then there was a lack of communication and stuff like that and you didn't have anything sorted. Don't wait for anyone and just book the ticket yourself. Latest 15th of May, because there's no point waiting for another 2 weeks and risking it. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Or early May, to be even safer. I'm sure there'll be flights. There's always flights, but yeah, don't wait past the 15th of May if you haven't sorted out a group thing. If you do want to do something like that, just book it yourself and. Yeah, don't wait. Do you know what I mean? Because otherwise you could not come at all. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you shoot yourself in the foot, kind of thing. Yeah. So I know I've said it before, but obviously repetition is always good. So yeah, you guys are booking the flight and the return and travel insurance as well. That'll be likely because we're doing it all on good faith. Yeah, that's it really. But yeah, in terms of how everything is, there's not really much more to add. I've basically got everything about the site, everything that's happening, maps, data, graphs, everything you need to know. There's nothing more I can add. I literally can't think of anything else. There's 21 pages. There's a PDF in the group. It's the most recent PDF. I'll just have a quick look just to see the name of it. The PDF is called Divine Sanctuary Printout. I posted it on the 25th of February at 12:40, just to give you an idea of what file it is exactly. Just download that or look at the preview and it'll have everything that you need to know about the site, which will give you a better idea about how big the site is in terms of measurement, how far away it is from places, how much initially each stage is going to be costing us, but that's just as an idea of types of finances and stuff, roughly. It's not static, it's just a kind of like abstract idea of returns, of how much the site will be generating at a basic level, how many people are going to be employed likely on site, facilities that are going to be on site, pictures of the site, maps and diagrams of the site, everything about the site basically. And yeah, that's for anyone really. for people who can't come or possibly might know someone who's interested. It's got everything like returns on there for investors or anyone in that type of thing. Pictures and facilities. Just again, if anyone knows anyone and might be interested in an aspect of what the site's going to become, kind of thing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just have one question because I think it's kind of personal. Do we have an engineering working in the site or coming?
Yeah, we have a local engineer and a local craftsman who lives very close and is very good friends with the family, and yeah, so he'll be very good at that. And I have one friend who has done a bit of engineering, and I think he also does graphics as well. Yeah. We have contact with people who can do things, not kind of amazingly technical things, but yeah, decent enough. Kind of.
I don't know an architect, but my dad knows an architect, and that architect exactly knows engineering people or people who've been working in the site. Because when the house in the Philippines our resort was built, we actually have an architect and engineering that work in that site, and there are also other people that work there. And I don't know, there was this one guy that worked for us, and he knows a lot of like not crafting, building houses, and those engineering things regarding to the water and stuff. But I don't know where he is now. But I could ask where he is, but he's not really that trustable. I don't know. But I could ask him and try to get some information out of him if he knows somebody, because obviously he has a lot of people he has worked with in that area in field of building houses. So yeah, probably he knows other people too, because kind of important.
It'll be thank you, Roselle. It'll be a really good connection in the future. At this stage, we don't really need any engineers. All we're doing at this stage is buying solar paneling and possibly putting that up. I don't know, big or small. We haven't really decided.
You're doing solar paneling, right? Do we have it already? Do we have the company, or are you guys gonna build? I mean, I don't know how you're gonna build it.
Well, it's not. We basically know a few people who can help supply us with solar paneling. If my family was saying it's very easy over there because everyone uses solar paneling.
Okay.
Well, a lot. It's quite common, so it's not. It won't be difficult. It won't be difficult to get. So that's fine.
Okay.
But all we're really doing, because the project is only just starting and we only have a limited amount of funds, because whenever you start any project, it's slow at the start, but it picks up later. It's at least we can start it. That's the really important thing, and then it will pick up from there. All we're doing is we're coming up with ideas, speaking to people, generating more interest, possibly getting solar paneling, but that's not the biggest thing. But the main thing we're doing, which will have people on site working, is putting perimeter fencing around the outside to create a border and also to get an idea of what the boundary is, because we actually don't know the boundary of the site. We don't know whose land is what. Well, we do, but it's not in a situation where you can look on Google Maps and see the boundary. So we're doing this purely to say this is the boundary, and then years later when it updates on Google, we can actually understand exactly what the site is, because we have a rough idea, but we don't have a kind of complete idea. It's about like 90-80%, but once we've built everything and gone, oh yeah, we can build there and we can build there as we go, we know anyway roughly. Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's 3,000 meters of perimeter fencing. We'll be helping the builders, because we've got people who are coming on site to help build that, and that'll likely be the biggest thing. But I think for the most part we'll be walking around the site, surveying, getting a feel for different areas, seeing the potential of what it could become, and it's just ideas and brainstorming and talking to the community and increasing connections. Really, at this point, it is being physically made slowly with the perimeter fencing, but the majority of what we'll be doing is just brainstorming, coming up with ideas, coming up with schemes, ways that we could integrate the community, ways that we could, you know, it's a lot of talking, a lot of ideas, and a lot of exploring, going to places basically, and seeing people. That's it for the first stage. Yeah. So in terms of engineers and stuff, thank you. They'll be really good later in terms of a future connection, but they're not essential kind of thing. But if we could get some contact for anyone, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, and I think Roselle's screen's frozen. But
Yeah.
okay, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can. I hear you.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Let's go.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, do you guys have any more questions? It doesn't have to be. It's just whatever. I know by asking it puts you on the spot, which is it's a bit difficult. So I probably shouldn't have asked. But I don't mean to put you on the spot. But did you guys have any ideas, or I don't know, when you thought of the project, did anything kind of spring to mind, or did anything pop up? I don't know, anything like that, for example.
Have you thought of any means for any live streaming? Have you thought about that yet for certain days?
No, I haven't actually. That's a part of something.
Something came to mind that especially dealing with media and stuff. That could be something to look into. Like simple posts on like Facebook or Twitter or something like. So welcome, hello everyone from Bacolod. We're broadcasting some small shindigs here and there. But I could probably look into that for you.
That'd be awesome if you could. I don't really know anything about that. Yeah. That'd be something to do.
Sorry,
yeah.
I just come up with this when you mentioned about the live broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
There is actually an app where you can download and you can actually broadcast it all over the world. People, of course, obviously have to download the app. People who have the app obviously goes there and then click. You will see a lot of people broadcasting live. And actually, they do it on live. And yeah, so. I forgot the name, but I will send the link somewhere there, so just to give you some kind of idea regarding to broadcasting. So yeah, if John has another alternative, that will be also great. But just to give you some kind of interest regarding to this. So
the more the merrier,
Yeah. Don't you just hate it when you have something that you think you're about to say, and then when you're about to say it, you lose it? It's the most annoying thing. I don't know. It'll come back to me. I can't force it. It's annoying. Absolutely annoying.
Facebook, social media, live broadcast.
Something like that. Something there. It's something there. I don't know. You know exactly what I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's like the rough aspect and the rough area of what you want to say, but it's kind of like, what exactly am I saying?
I have another idea which might be helpful for us. For people who are not going yet, I would suggest you to actually spread the word around, regarding to this project, so that even though you're not coming, you are still able to help in many ways by spreading it to many people, sparking their interest, encouraging them how wonderful this project is going to be. I know that you're wanting to help and you're part of the team, but not doing anything about it doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? So you need to give a little bit more effort if you really want to to be part of this team and to make this project really happen is doing all the effort, no matter how small it is. And right now, the best you can do is spread the word around. All the idea was going to happen, what is going to be there, how is it, why is it good, how is it going to be good. So this is important. You can use a lot of media, Twitter, Tumblr, whatever, or even Google, people you know, people they know. This is important. And it might spark their interest, and they might actually like, hey, I want to be part of that team too. Let's go there, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's be better, because I don't know how many we are right now in the group, but I don't want to badmouth or I don't want to complain. It's just I see that so little people are really find it interesting or really put an effort to be part of this. Like example, I'm gonna give example. It's just Google Hangout. How come there's only 3 people here? I mean,
Well,
this is supposed to be a team to be involved in a big fight. It's just something. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying it. So yeah.
It's again, I'm not protecting the guys who aren't here. I'm just putting a bit of context because obviously we know guys that you're busy. We all have lives to live, you know. I know on top of that it's money. Sometimes something comes up and you can't do it. That's understandable. Sometimes things happen. Life happens. We understand that. But Roselle's right. Basically, there's a few people in the group. Again, we're not going to name names, where you need to pull your finger out a bit, and even something as small. And I don't mean to be direct, and you know that. But it's kind of like, come on, do you know what I mean? Like, you were interested in the project for a reason. I mean, you know, you don't have to do anything, but I mean, something would be decent. You know, it'd be really great of you. Even something as small as just sending an email to a friend that possibly could like it, or someone who is into this sort of thing. You know, sustainability, futurism, ecotourism. You know, communities. You know. Bringing people together, arts, crafts, meditation, all these things, spirituality, you know, it's anything you know, it's basically spiritual tourism or relaxation tourism, you know. It's basically a spiritual relaxation retreat which is going to focus on green energy and sustainability, and you'll have facilities there for the community as well. That is basically it. It's a giant hub for people just to get together and to meditate, to create, and to learn, you know, relearn about the things which we get untaught when we go into education, and to have a holiday, basically. It's really simple. Oh, it's not simple, it's a lot of stuff. But anything as small as sending an email to someone is something, and anything is better than nothing. So there's a few people who I know have a lot of resources, 2 people. There's 2 people, possibly 3 people in the group who have resources, and I know you have resources, and I know you've been looking at the posts. I'm not going to name names, and I know you're busy, and I know you've got lives, and I know, I don't know, you're fairly well off in the group in comparison to others. But because you have those connections, because you are privileged with those connections, it's even more important, you know, and even something as small as messaging someone who knows who can help, you know, you should, yeah, it's those are the real, like, obviously everyone is important, but those people have those connections. It's like, oh, just please use them, you know, like, if not as a good gesture, it would just help people that much faster, you know. Yeah, that's it really. It's just talking to people and just spreading the word is essentially what it is, and that's all we can do, because the idea's there, everything is there. I've done everything, and all we need to do, all we need now is money. Money isn't everything, but to make this project happen, we need the money. And it could come from government, it could come from the community, it could come in so many different ways. But if you do know people who could help, and I mean genuine people, you know, I don't want it to be fueled by bad money. because I'd rather do it the hard way than it be fueled by bad money. If you know people who could help in terms of money or in terms of connections or anything, please just consider it. You know, a simple email. It takes 5 minutes, and then that's it. And you've done your bit. You know, but if you haven't done anything up to this point, and you've been avidly interested, and you want to help, and you want to make this thing happen, consider it. You know. Yeah, that's me done. I mean, I've got nothing left to say. Consider it, please. Yeah.
Just
You're right, Roselle.
Just a little bit more effort, because I know you want to change the world. I know you want to do something great. So you are in the group. You are in this project for some reason. So make it happen. Otherwise, at the end, you're gonna regret why I didn't do it.
Mm.
Seriously, I'm just speaking from my heart, speaking from my mind, that life is too short and you're not doing anything to change something or make your life even better or life for others better. Seriously, you're gonna regret it. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be good experience, and it's good for you too, because you're not only helping yourself, you're helping other people. And helping other people actually helping yourself.
Good creates good, so by doing something good, you'll get something good back. And it's not doing something for the sake of getting something back, but it's the gesture of doing something in a pure way. It's karma, basically. It's, you know, anything, even if it's a small thing, it'll come back to you just in a different way. So it's something as small as an email, you know, it'll just be brilliant. And I'm sure the universe will thank you in a small way, you know. And I don't want to get too philosophical, you know what I mean by that. But yeah, I was going to say more on that. Yeah, that's it basically. There's more to say, but it's all basically the same thing. It's just if you guys could help, it'd be brilliant. You know. There is something more I do want to say, but I can't think how to phrase it. Do you know what I mean? And it's basically saying the same thing.
You know what happens when you're actually forgetting what you have to say? The main kid is talking about something else, because out of the blue it just comes back. I don't know, for some reason. You just talk, even talking random things, and out of the blue it just comes back. So that's what I'm doing now.
That's true.
That's what I'm doing, actually, trying to, because it will come back.
Yeah. Well, especially it's difficult as well unconsciously, because especially we've made the chat for the Philippines, so to not think about the Philippines is really hard to not do when you're in a chat for the Philippines. Yeah. On a side note, I guess, is there any as in terms of kind of ideas and things, would there be anything which you guys would want me to talk about in future videos?
Barry, regarding the ideas, because I'm not really sure how many buildings are going to be there or what type of buildings are going to be there. You mentioned that they're going to be a therapy, like a spa, music therapy and stuff, right? But are these going to be, how many buildings? Like 4 buildings, 3 buildings, or 1 big building, or separated buildings?
Oh, I see. So in the download, it's all there. There's a master plan. There's a master plan in the thing to give you an idea. Likely it'll be lots of separate buildings. So let's say, for example, there'll be an area where it's an area for therapy or relaxation or massage. It's kind of like all around the same thing. So there'll be separate buildings, like one building will be music therapy, one building will be massage, another building will be yoga, another building. So there'll be let's say I don't know, it'll be a type of I could call it like a therapy village or something. No, that's bad. That's not therapy village. I don't know, but you know what I mean. Therapeutic village.
Right.
Yeah. And basically, just loads of buildings compiled together, and it's like a really relaxing area. And there'll be all buildings which are very similar. Very similar.
excited.
with different.
Actually,
I just
I can actually train myself to become very good at sound
yeah
therapy. So
yeah.
I'm actually interested in this. So I'm gonna start learning it.
Hmm.
Maybe I can be useful in this side.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That because you just reminded me what I was going to say earlier. The people. It's not just the people who are coming on site, because again, I know some people can't make it, but the more effort you put in, and I do take notice. I'm very good at that. Um, the more people, the more you help, and I mean this individually. The more you help, obviously, we'll take that on board, and especially you guys are, you know, it's not often you bring. I had loads of people at the start, and I've slowly brought it down. We've got about 25 in the group. About 5 up to maybe 9 are active now, and about 5 are going out of 25, which is it's fine. Anything's good. But we do take notice of who helps, whether it's coming on site or whether it's helping by giving us ideas and links and stuff like that. We do take notice, because essentially later when it's done, we'll remember, because I have a bloody good memory. I will remember who has helped and who has done what, and I will take that into account. And you'll be the first out of all the other businesses which will likely be wanting to be on site and wanting to set up their business there. You will come first in terms of priorities if you want to set something up there. We will give you facilities and obviously work something out for you to set up your own business, because it's right next to an international airport, so you can go international and we'd help set you up with stuff. But obviously, you guys are very important to us, and we're all in this together, and obviously the more you do, and I don't mean it like in that sense, but I mean, obviously, we'll take notice of the people who are doing things, and that'll be massive kudos and a massive thanks to you, and you'll get priorities for things. And one of the things which we've always said is that you will get priorities for setting up your own business once facilities are in place. And once we're at a safe place with terms of income and things like that. Yeah. Because essentially we're making this place for everyone, in so many different ways. So it's health, tourism, business, community, and kind of future proofing. It's basically kind of the main aspects, I guess. And obviously with the business side of things, that's open for you guys, depending on who the person is and if they've helped in some way, yeah, that's what I was going to say. I forgot it earlier, but yeah, it's all come back.
So you're saying, in short, is that there's opportunity there, and first you have to make the opportunity happen in order to be big opportunity, and big opportunities comes with good benefits, not just for you but for everybody. That's great,
Yeah, what you give is what you get, So if you have connections, and I don't want to be a dick, but if you have connections, and you're not doing anything, I know you're busy, but if you're not doing anything, it's not helping anyone,
Permission to be blunt.
Okay. That's brilliant. Oh, that's awesome. I wish I did that.
Okay, I think it's time. All right, so basically, ladies and gentlemen, with the best interest, basically what we're all trying to say, especially from the three of us who have showed up today despite our busy schedules, and we're not the most vocal either, too. I'm not just going to go out and say stuff, you know what I mean? As introverts in our own right, uniting separately in our own homes. It's kind of like, basically, bluntly speaking, please, if we would greatly appreciate if you could just get out of the man cave you're in, or stop being a recluse and actually get out there and help us with the effort. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're very right. You're very right, John. Because the thing is, a lot of people go, "Oh no, I'll just do it later. I'll do it later," and then later is too late, and then you can't, and then, do you know what I mean? So we understand life happens. We know this. That's why chose a lot of people because I knew it would come down. It would boil down to only a select few who could come. It's just always like that. It's yeah. Anything is good, and that seems to be the reoccurring thing. Anything is good, and if you do make a connection, or you do tell someone about the site, send me a message, or just leave a message in the group saying, I've done this, possibly, if any of you are interested, this is who this person is, this is what this group does, for example. And obviously I'll take that on board, and I don't forget things easily. So, yeah, and for the future, that's a massive business thing for you in the future. Like, for example, if you did something something which did help us, or even something as sending an email to a friend, I'll remember that. And in 5 years' time, if you're struggling with work, I'll go, oh, that's all right, because you helped us get this, or you helped us, even though we didn't manage to make anything happen, you still attempted. I remembered that. And then obviously some good will come out of that, because we can help you in some way. Because essentially it's for you. It's not just me. It's for everyone. And the more people help, the more help will happen. Yeah. But you know what I mean? We can only do so much, because whatever happens is whatever happens. It's like it. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, this is fine. You know what I mean? Whatever happens, happens.
I just want to point out something, is that when you mentioned about people who are struggling with work, right? I actually, personally, I understand that a lot of people are struggling with work, and actually people don't like working, or because it's too much, or they're not happy with it. And so some of them are afraid to get out of their comfort zone, because they're afraid that if they leave their work, they might not find something else, and therefore it will jeopardize their whole life or something. I think that's the reason why they're afraid of moving or somewhere else that's unknown, because it's completely different from them. But here's what I'm going to say about people who are struggling with work, is that, I could say that you don't really have to worry so much, because there's always something out there. But firstly, you have to look what could be. What I'm saying is that we could help, but you have to be willingly to give an effort to do something for us also, for other people, in order for you to help them, or for them. I'm saying for them to help you, and you have to get out of your comfort zone. Because, like I'm saying, life is too short, and you never know what's going to happen next in the next morning. You know what I'm saying? So do something great in your life. And if you think that doing this project will be something, go for this. And you don't have to worry about, what's going to happen to me in 5 years, or I'm struggling right now. And do something right now, and in 5 years you will see this. The other people will look after you. And it might be really simple, but living simple will actually make you happier.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's very true.
Yeah, it's very true.
Like, would you? I'll go. Oh.
No, you go.
No, exactly. Just to accent what you said, like when you're looking at this down the road 4 years from now, would you be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was such a part of that, or oh my gosh, I wasn't a part of that, and now I feel so guilty.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's exactly what they said. If you can do it, go for it, because do you know what I mean? Don't worry so much, because we're going to be there. I've got my whole family is there. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to be there to pick you up when you arrive. We're not going to leave you hanging. We're a type which are very people orientated. I'm not going to leave you or anything, so don't worry. But similar to that as well, think of it as a holiday. Think of it as a holiday where you're doing, because basically we will take you to places, but you're a holiday where you're making things happen, being with like-minded people, and with prospects for the future. So it's like massive positives. You're having a holiday, you're meeting new people, you're speaking with like-minded people, you're going to be doing community projects and speaking to the public. I'll be doing most of the speaking, but I mean, if you want, anything's good if you guys want to help as well, which will be very good on a portfolio, or it'll be very good as a job thing in terms of experience. And on top of that as well, you got prospects for for future jobs and future facilities for business later. So it's like about 5 things which are like positive, And essentially, all you need to do is book a ticket and see a doctor, and take malaria tablets. That's it. That's it, really. And obviously, all the other things which you need to take, obviously. But yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, it's not really a lot of stuff, really. All it takes is what Roselle and John have both said. It's going outside your comfort zone. And usually when you go outside your comfort zone, you get everything, and life responds to you. But if you're going to live your life living in a bubble, you're only going to get so much, and you're going to wonder what you could have had. And I mean that in a philosophical sense.
You will experience and you will feel so much more when you get out of the process. And you will be amazed at how much you are capable of so many things.
And on top of that, the area itself is it's got a cross there. It's considered holy land, and it's one of those places that when you go to it, you feel such a spirit. You feel so at peace. You feel such a kind of spiritual high from it, because it's just full of good energy. And it's not anything I can describe. It's one of those things where it's like you got to kind of go there to really understand what I mean. And I've been to a lot of places, it's not often you ever go to a place that gives you goosebumps and makes you feel good in terms of energy. There's a lot of good energy there, and that's why I could see the potential in it, because it's going to be great. It's going to be a great place. But not only will you be coming there on holiday, I don't know, you might even have a spiritual experience, because it's a very kind of it's one of those places. So who knows? Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun either way. I mean, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Yeah. In terms of everything, I have exhausted. Well, I'm not exhausted, but I can keep going. But I'm going to cut it soon. In terms of everything, I've said everything I can think of, which is pretty decent for 2 hours. Yeah. Do you guys have? Again, I don't want to put you on the spot. You know what I mean. Is there anything else, you guys? I have to be. I don't know. I can't think how else to ask you. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Ask John. John, ask me.
Yeah.
It's really awesome to see that all the updates you've placed, especially, just seeing you as the, it's so admirable, very Corthan.
Thank you.
It's just very, just to see the small updates you post on the group page, to keep us updated what's going on with the proceedings and stuff. It makes such a big, keeps us in the loop. It's basically, I guess I speak from Mr. Roselle and us. We thank you so much.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. Thank you. Well, it's just important, It's really important, and it's like I'm at uni. Do you know what I mean? I'm balancing a lot of stuff at once, It's, but it's like what we said, guys. If you go outside your comfort zone, you'll get rewarded for it. And I don't mean to go out your comfort zone to get a reward. I mean, you'll never know. You'll never truly know until you do something like that. It's not something I can really explain. It's more something I can just really kind of just say that it is a thing, and good will come out of it because it's a great project. And I don't mean that in a propaganda sense. I mean that in a sense where it's going to be a great place. And obviously, if you help towards it, good. No bad is going to come from you helping something that is going to be good. Good makes good. It's a knock-on effect. It's a domino effect. By doing good, you get good. Good comes to you, and by helping something which is going to be ultimately good in so many different ways, mentally, physically, spiritually, mind, body, soul, good. something good will come out of it, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe one of the reasons you guys aren't getting what you, maybe you haven't got that job, maybe you haven't done this, maybe you haven't done that. Maybe you're at a stage of your life where something is going to happen. Maybe the reason why that thing hasn't happened is because you haven't given. I don't know. The world is a selfish place, you know. So who knows? Maybe one of the reasons is you're not getting what you deserve is because you haven't given towards something which is outside yourself. That's just an idea.
No.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're also saying that there's a good gonna come out of it, of anything. It's because we know. I don't know how I am able to say it, or how Barry or how John is able to say it, but I just know. It's difficult to say. I just knew.
Yeah.
And
it's a heartfelt thing. It's a heart thing.
It's a heart
you feel it.
And actually, we're saying it now because we're actually trying to get into it. We're not trying to advertise it or trying to, you know.
No, yeah, it's whatever, really.
We're saying it because we know, and actually we feel it deep down, and actually we believe that something is going good can come out of this project.
Yeah, you need to. A lot of people do see it. It's just they're scared to go out their comfort zone. It's exactly what you said. And I understand jobs, and I understand money as well, and I understand family and all these other things do come into it. So it's fine. But even if you're thinking good about the project, that's still something than just not doing anything about it. You know, you can anything towards the project something good will come out of it. You know, it'll be fine. But either way, it's not. Do you know what I mean? All we're doing is talking right now. It's not propaganda. It's not anything. Essentially, if we can reach someone somewhere, you know, and you kind of understand what we mean, that's better than nothing, you know. And whoever comes is whoever comes. I'm not going to hold anyone against to anything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This video, I'll post this video up in the group. Also, my butt is hurting because I've been sat here for 2 hours. Just as a side note, if you're interested, I'm sure it's the same for you guys. I'll post this in the group so anyone who wasn't able to go to this can get an idea for what they need to bring or get a feel for what the project's going to be like. And yeah, thank you for everyone who's been in the group, and thank you for the people who have, you know, emailed me about connections, messaged me about this, messaged me about that. Thank you for that, even though you can't come. And because a lot of people are going from California, it might be best that you do a group thing, but again, worst comes to worst, just go yourself. We'll still be there, you know. And yeah, awesome. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for turning up, you know, and taking the time out of your day, you know. Yeah.
I guess, do you mind if I say last thing?
Yeah, sure,
man. I guess to those who haven't made a decision yet, who are kind of in between, that they either want to go or not want to go, before making that decision, pray on it, meditate on it, make sure that you're making the right, you know, decision based solely on how you feel, how, you know, in the right state of mind, not just because, of financial struggles or stuff outside, outside, you know, environment. Make sure that this is something you want to do or not want to do. That's all.
Yeah, that's very important because, yeah, it's very important. John's right, because that's exactly what going out the comfort zone is. If you feel it's something you want to do, do it. But if you think maybe I should do it, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, that's not from the heart. That's thinking too much about it. You know, if you feel you want to do it, go for it. And usually, you know, your instincts don't lie to you. You know, and if you're thinking about it too much and you're going, what about the money? What about the family? What about this? What about that? It's likely don't do it. Likely. Because if it's a heartfelt thing, you know if it's a heartfelt thing, and you don't question it, because you know it will be fine. That's all I'm going to say. You're absolutely right, John, and thank you for saying that because that's a really
Oh no
important
no
point.
no.
Yeah, it's
Well,
really.
that's what happens when you're around good energy. So.
Yeah, it's you know what I mean. Like, good. Yeah, good makes good. Yeah.
John, I just want to ask you something. Are you wearing a yin yang necklace?
Yeah. Oh, actually,
You are,
a side
right?
note. It's two wolves, a white one and a black one.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
awesome.
But you know
It's
why
alright.
I'm wearing this? It's a
Ah.
om. I don't know if you see it.
You're wearing it. Oh, wait,
See,
pardon me.
it's a om.
Oh yeah.
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 It's
Aw.
crazy.
I'm the only one that doesn't have anything, but that's fine.
Oh, no.
No, that's cool. I'm playing. I'm playing. That's awesome.
It's in your heart. That's what's up.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it, guys. Possibly I might do another one closer to the time. I'm going to say unlikely because I'm going to be very busy, but again, I might do. But pretty much everything's been said in this video, and I'll keep it in the group. So I likely won't do it again. But if anyone does want to talk to me one-on-one, video chat, Skype, Facebook video, or Hangout, Google Hangout, just send me a message. I'll sort something out. So I've got university, so I've got to work around that. But yeah, I hope you guys have got all the information you needed. I'm sure everyone has, because I said at the start. If you watched all of it, kudos to you, because it shows you're interested. So possibly consider going if you have watched all of it, because you were interested enough to watch it all. It's 2 hours. But yeah, you know, just something to consider, something to think about, and just do what your heart says, you know. And whoever comes, comes, and we're going to be there whether you go or not. So, you know, the more the merrier. You know? And it'll be fun. It's going to be not only is it going to do a lot of good in the future, it's going to be fun. You know, we're going to have fun. We're going to be, you know, with like-minded people. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, thanks guys. I'm going to come off now, and thank you for joining. And yeah,
Bye,
massive
guys.
kudos to you
Bye,
guys.
Mary.
Bye, Miss Roselle.
Bye,
Good night.
guys.
Good morning.
Oh,
Enjoy.
Good morning, good night.
Good morning. Good night.
Bye.
Avita say. All right. Oh, bye.